Hi, I'm Gregor Rollman. I'm a structural engineer and I worked with Dave on the Blennerhassett Island Bridge project. That was an amazing job with many late hours, and even though the bridge has been open for over 7 years now, there's still a bond that ties together all of us that had the privilege to work on this project. The Blennerhassett Island Bridge is an outstanding structure. It is called a network tied arch. Tied arch because the arch is held together by a tie, just like a string is holding together the bow in the bow and arrow. It's called network because the cables that hold up the deck while the traffic travels is suspended by an arrangement of hangers that are crisscrossed, just like a fishing net, so therefore network tied arch. When opened, this was only the second structure of this type ever constructed in North America, and it held the world record in span length until just 2 years ago. Now, we structural engineers get very excited about span length. That's the distance a bridge can reach without touching ground, or the distance between supports. And so in this case, that's 878 feet, and that's the length of 2.5 football fields, including end zone. The approaches to the arch span are also unique because, again, we have very long span, very slender girders. Actually, I used to joke that they missed a few piers there. And the concrete columns holding up this steel structure are compressed by very high strength steel tendons to make them stronger. The bridge, with a length of over 4,000 feet, is the longest in West Virginia. So Dave and I worked on this project, and we were sequestered in Cross Lanes near Charleston, West Virginia, together with many other colleagues. And one evening, while we went out for dinner, he told us about a different project he was involved with in Arizona. At that time, we called it the Cotton Lane Bridge. And that was a different challenge. It was a much shorter span, but they wanted to do something a little bit differently, just to make the bridge look nicer than the normal utilitarian look all bridges typically have. So they came up with a system where they put a bit of a relief in the concrete girders and gave the bridge some sculpture. Now that really made the owner very nervous, because when you deviate from what's known in the past, and you do change shapes, it really makes the behavior a little bit less predictable than what we're used to. So Dave apparently liked the work we did together on Blennerhassett and asked me if I would review his design. He was in charge of designing that bridge. And I did, and the bridge was successfully opened. And he wrote a nice paper about it, which was successfully presented at the National Bridge Conference in 2007 in Arizona. And Dave even insisted that I would be co-author, even though I didn't really do that much to contribute to that paper. So thank you, Dave. You gave me co-authorship of a very nice paper. The nice thing about being a civil engineer is that even after you're long gone, a bit of you stays behind through the projects that you have contributed to. And I saw it with my dad when shortly before he passed away a couple of years ago. He took me on a worldwide tour on Google Earth to visit many of the civil engineering projects that he had worked on during his career. Now, when I was a kid growing up, being dragged from construction site to construction site, I didn't really appreciate it that much. But now that I see my own work appearing on satellite images, I do appreciate it. And so it is for Dave. He may be gone, but part of him is still with us. So go and visit the Blennerhassett Island Bridge on Route 50 near Parkersburg, West Virginia, if you have a chance, or travel there via Google Earth. It was great working with you, Dave, and I wish you Godspeed wherever you are now.